and I was lucky enough to play Julius Caesar himself, which was awesome.
So, I usually start off with having my guests kind of give us a brief bio. So, would you mind giving us a bio of who Mary is?
Sure, yeah. Let's see. Well, as you said, I was fortunate enough to play the Klingon Lorel in Star Trek Discovery, and consequently, give her voice some life on Star Trek Online, and then most recently got to be Kalara for one episode of Lower Deck, so a different female Klingon, which was really fun. So that's my Star Trek bio. On top of just having been a part of Discovery and that being a part of the Star Trek family being such a big part of my life since that moment, getting to do so many awesome conventions around the world. Beyond that, I would say that, I was fortunate enough. I grew up with parents who were also actors. And as a consequence, I've told this on a few different interviews. So some folks may already know this, but I was convinced that everyone was an actor up until
There you are.
around fourth grade. And because I would see my parents dressing up as doctors or lawyers or anything in between. And to me, when I heard that like a classmate's parent was also a doctor or a lawyer, I just thought it was like, oh yeah, and they play pretend and are that thing. And so once it kind of struck me that it was actually a career that my parents worked very hard at, as were the careers of actually being a lawyer and a doctor, etc. I had already very much been in love with storytelling. I went to a Waldorf school in elementary school, which is very kind of alternative learning in many ways, very story based, very mythology based. And my best friend Eve and I were already playing imaginary games. And she got a camcorder, I think around third grade, and we just kind of started filming those and making movies, and all very fantasy sci-fi based. We were often sisters who were then told we had magical powers and had adventures after that.